Hey, people. You may be a little confused right now. Some of you have already reached out to me, asked, hey, what's the deal with all these name thing changes? And I've explained a little bit. Some of you may be seeing it for the first time. So, that said, listen to the episode. It's going to tell you why we changed the name. The name is now Pop Culture Bombcast, or PC Bombcast, or PCBC, or whatever you want to say. Regardless, we are back for the first time with a new name. So, check it out and find out. And speaking of names, I have butchered Aaron Conaway's book title hundreds of times, apparently, in the last week or two. It is Waking the Weaver. Not Wake the Weaver. Waking the Weaver. Look on Amazon under Waking the Weaver, a Timberhaven story, I think. Anyway, you can find it on Amazon. We're going to have Aaron on here. I got to reach out to him because the originally scheduled date was not going to work, as you can hear by the look on my wife's face. I said that right. Hear by the look on my wife's face. She gave me an evil look because I got her Judah and the Lion tickets a while back for her birthday, for Christmas, and that's what she wants to do that day. So we're doing that. All of that having been said, also go to, or I don't know where my brain's gone, but our other sponsors. 318 Mid-Rivers Mall Drive, that would be the beer sauce shop. That would be hundreds of craft beers, hundreds of sauces and rubs, 25 or more craft whiskeys, lots of good times, lots of things like beer school, barbecue school, whiskey school, bottle shares, pop-up tastings, anything you can think of in one place under one roof, they got it. And if that's not enough for you, you could also go to www.mybomberjackets.com to get a bomber jacket to keep all of those cool beers cool longer, or cold beers cold longer, either way. Just check it out. Use the promo code RAPCAST15 on the Bomber Jacket website, and that will save you 15% on your entire purchase. It is a very early Sunday. I'm getting this out of the way quick because I'm finally going to go see Black Panther today. After I go pick up my daughter, it's going to be a family Black Panther out, and haven't done that with a superhero movie in a long time. So, looking forward to it. Enjoy the episode. Here comes probably some new music, so check it out. Thanks. We are back, ish. I mean, we're back for the first time, maybe? I don't know how we're going to say it.
I mean, we're all here.
We're all here. We're all back together. We'll start with that. To my left is the Flop. Right across from me is Bender. And to my right is the Silver Badger, who's fighting through some pain. He's going to be tough. He's a hockey player.
What's up, party people?
See, listen to that.
Shit.
That was not...
What kind of pain is
that
it?
sounded
My throat hurts. My ears hurt.
Vagina's bleeding.
Let me put on my mask.
Oh, yeah. And see, you...
I don't think
I
I'm
don't want to be
contagious.
sick. This house has made it through the flu season so far.
It did.
Ours did not. Twice we got taken down.
Hey, well, we have a nurse in the audience today.
Yeah.
She's useless.
She's not even listening
She's
to
only
us over
going to
there.
be able to help me, people.
Yeah, Mrs. Bender is sitting over there, and she, of course, is not going to pay attention to the thing we say. So.
Oh, and you offended her because you called her a nurse, by the way.
I mean, I am a nurse, but I'm not a practitioner.
Oh.
I mean, you just made her sound like a plain nurse.
I know she's a nurse practitioner. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like calling a physical therapist a chiropractor. They get mad at that.
Well, yeah, because physical therapists aren't chiropractors.
I know.
That's a completely different
Why
thing.
would someone do that? Did you
They
do
got
that?
I did.
It's like,
What a dick.
and I can't even compare it to saying it's like calling a chiropractor not that wants to be called a doctor, because hers makes sense where the other one's a wackadoodle.
Well, I mean, they both fix backs.
So if somebody was a heart doctor and I just called him a doctor, would they be offended because I didn't call him a heart doctor?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. You downgraded a whole degree.
I'm sorry.
She spent a lot of money to get where she's at.
This is why we don't let her on the podcast.
This is why none of us are rocket surgeons, I'll tell you that.
Hey, she could prescribe me drugs.
Hey, let's get back on track. Who gives a crap about the nurse thing right now? Because we've got stuff to talk about. All my notes are wrong because we were not expecting you to be here last night. So I can't even...
So you're going to have to be quiet the whole time.
Yeah, so you're going to act like you're not here. So, but no, because I even started that you were too sick to show up, and then had a little joke, and it's not going to work. So I just got to ignore
You
it.
want to try it anyway?
Nope. Save it for when somebody else misses.
Okay.
So here we go. This is a big one because everything has changed. You may have noticed yesterday. Logos
Even this
changed.
room looks different.
It does. It does.
It doesn't,
It's
but
the
okay.
shelves are falling. And the reason it changed before I changed the episode, released the episode, is because we talked about it on Shane's podcast, and I was kind of worried that maybe somebody would grab it before we did because I couldn't change the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook until I had it, and I wanted it.
I like how you believe we're that popular that could have happened.
Well, that troll might have jumped out there and grabbed it on us.
Or I'll tell you this. Let me tell you something that happened recently. I haven't told anybody about this yet. A couple days ago, and I'm going to give them credit, the Rapcast Central on Instagram randomly sent me an Instagram message where I had to accept it to where they could do it because they weren't following us. And it said, "Yo, man, can you change your name, bro?"
Whoa, fuck off, man.
So we had already discussed it. We'd already changed it. So I said, "Can I ask why? Because we've been the Rapcast for nearly 3 years. Seems pretty ballsy of you to ask."
Yeah.
And he said, "Never mind. Figured my name out," which he didn't do anything different with his name.
Okay.
But here's what I'm thinking. I mentioned to you guys that a lot of hip hop Instagrams have been following us lately.
Yeah.
So I responded to him. I go, "You know what? It just so happens that we're changing it. I kind of wondered why you thought we should change it."
Yeah.
And I got a feeling I've inadvertently been getting a lot of your followers, so I appreciate that. And he responded with IGHT, which I think's "ite," but even in the slang spelling, I think it's apostrophe IGHT.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, so
I think that's just the white way to do it.
Maybe he's got maybe he's got like
So, are you trying to say black people don't know how to use apostrophes correctly?
Or
that sounds racist.
you would think, or
Yeah.
not even spell phonetically, because that's "I" is.
maybe he's trying to say like EGOT, like what is that? Emmy, Grammy, something, Tony or whatever. Did you ever watch 30 Rock?
No, I mean, but not that intently.
But yeah, what's his name? The dude, Tracy Morgan, was going for an EGOT, an Emmy, a Grammy,
I
Tony,
gotcha,
and an Oscar.
Well,
And maybe he's trying to spell that.
Well, and he just made me think it wasn't that. I just didn't want anybody to have anything close, and there wasn't a lot of stuff close, and I didn't want. So I just wanted to grab it all, change it. So now let's get in real quick.
What's her name again? I forget.
We're about to tell it. So here's why we are now the
That was the lead up.
Yeah, I got it. I get it. You were just so far away from the mic, no one heard it.
I was yelling from the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thanks.
our audience.
You guys suck.
Yeah, well, nobody invite that guy back in. So
We bring that shtick back?
yeah, she loves that
Oh,
shtick.
she loved it.
So we are now the Pop Culture Bombcast, our PCBC, our PC Bombcast across all platforms. You can follow the website, which will be up this weekend, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook. Our email is pcbombcast@gmail.com. It's across everything. It's way easier. We changed mainly for two reasons. One,
For your cool artwork.
yeah, well, yeah.
He drew a cool picture and was like, nope, new name.
New name, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, the idea came first, and then I don't know what made me think of bombs. But bombs, I thought, well,
We're
that
thinking
would...
of your jokes.
Yeah, I can't get through the airport with those things. Don't try to smuggle that joke on the plane.
Yeah.
You get shut down. For one, I wanted, and I even got little parentheses that say hold for laughter after this, but I wanted a slightly more professional look and appearance. So hold for laughter. With the relationships we've got with a couple of companies and businesses and stuff, and I got to tell you, of all the things, it was like the wrestling people that when I asked them to come on our podcast, the NWL,
Yeah.
and they said, well, what's your podcast? I said, it's The Rap, and I spelled it out, and they said, well, what does it stand for? And I said, Random Ass Podcast, and he goes, oh. So I guess think that maybe it doesn't, I mean.
Could have been.
Yeah. So,
Maybe he didn't think the name itself was clever.
yeah, I could not, that could be too, but.
Neither is NWL. But
Probably wanted
whatever.
to know if it was a wrestling podcast.
So I just thought, we got to get the ass out. And like I said, this is our new tagline. The ass isn't
Then why
in
are
the
you
name,
guys still here?
but they're certainly still on the podcast. That's our new one. So I want a picture for the, how I do an Instagram pic
Yeah.
all the time? I want a picture of all of us, and that's what it's going to say for our Instagram.
No,
Spoiler.
I'm not in that picture.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You're married to me, so ass.
Oh, I'm
By-
guilty by
Yeah,
association.
ass by association.
Mrs. Ass.
Association.
Nice.
Speaking of, the game's still here. I'm going to give myself a point for that
Of
one.
course you
You're
are.
the only one that laughed. I don't think that deserves a
I
point.
guess.
Good thing I have the
We'll
pen in
give
my
it to
hand.
him.
This is all he's got.
Yeah, just give it to him.
So
Let him have it.
So that said, nothing's changing. The host, the numbering, the format, but what I do want to do is
We all made it to the chopping block.
we're going to have more stuff, more content, and I want to get across the board. And I think the pop culture part being in the name kind of will help that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, for one, Bender and I, and was going to talk to him about it tonight, we're going to start doing a monthly special episode about a year in comics. It'll be about 30 minutes long. I want to do beer reviews, and I've got our first 2 beers to review in a week or 2 before St. Patrick's Day. Which I would do YouTube stuff for that. We're going to do more live streaming, like coming up at Kyle's for Kegs and Eggs, and so it's all changing for the better. And
are you going to get on the Vero app?
No.
I've tried. I can't even get on.
I don't even have
Most
an opinion
people
on it because
can't figure
Bender
it out
just
yet.
shut it down. Like it was.
No, I looked it up because I was going to talk about it, but everybody's shitting on it so bad that it doesn't
what's
seem like
the
it's
Vero
worth it.
Well, here's my thing, real
It's a new
quick with
social
it.
media platform.
I didn't even look into it because Shane was asked if he was going to. Somebody said, Shane, you're going to get on Vero, and I just assumed Vimo was doing something, and somebody spelt it wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I just ignored it.
No, it's a new thing, and their whole thing is they don't do ads, and they're gonna. I think it's like $5 a year or something.
That's steep.
But there's no ads, and that's their whole thing. But they ask for a whole shit ton of personal information, like
Yeah, you know why? Because in about 3 years, they're going to do ads.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. And
Yeah, you don't take that personal information without farming for
everybody was
for creating your own algorithm to start marketing towards people.
yeah, but and it's supposed to be like the Instagram without ads is basically their tag or their thing, but nobody can get on, so
I'll
it
look
doesn't really
into
matter.
it just in case.
I don't
You
think
got
it
to be.
works on Android very well.
You just got to be ahead of the curve, though.
But it's not even new. It's not new at all. They just
I just heard about it in the news, 2 different news forums this week. So.
it's been out for like a year or two, but nobody cared
Well,
about it.
Facebook was
and then all
out
of
a
sudden
long
they
time
did.
before it got popular, before it overtook MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think the only reason people were talking about jumping ship on Facebook because they weren't
because it's Russia.
and they weren't taking responsibility, and Facebook owns Instagram, so Vero kind of got big for a minute, and then
Vera's going to get big.
yeah, eventually
Yeah.
she'll grow up. But Vero kind of got big for a minute, but then everybody realized it sucks, so they went back to Instagram.
Huh. Well, God, we missed that whole craze.
Yeah.
It was
didn't-
like 7 hours.
We didn't defect, nor did we come back. We just stayed put.
Does this count as your science corner?
No. Fuck you.
Point for Tom.
I got a couple things tonight. If you
I
guys
can't wait
want
for
them.
it. That's going to be another new segment. I was going to even get into that. We may even have new segments.
It's going to be depressing tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
I'm glad this is an upbeat episode then. So to reiterate, we are now PC Bombcast across all formats. That stands for the Pop Culture Bombcast. There's nothing PC about us. It's nothing to do with politics. It's everything to do with pop culture, and that shit exploding in your face. All over your
That's
face.
only happened to
Sounds
me a
like
couple
Pornhub.
times.
Gloriously all over your face.
That does seem...
Hey, I should look that up and see if there's a bomb porns on there. Plus, I think our little bomb logo would look good on T-shirts and pint glasses and stuff.
I think so, too.
So, and
Like
we got
I
a
said,
naming.
I think this is just another way for us wives to buy you guys new pint glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
was kinda
Bender
thinking
broke
that.
his.
Yeah.
Bender broke his.
Hey, I saved
needs a
the
sippy-
sticker.
Yeah.
Bender's going to need a sippy cup so this doesn't break.
Honestly, I think I spill something every time I come over.
We said on the Rock Paper podcast with Shane that we need to. I said that we need to name our little bomb, and Bender said Splody, but again, that's more porn sounding.
Splody?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
He said that? I don't even remember.
yeah, he did.
I don't remember either.
I guess Muhammad would be in poor taste.
It might make us targets. I don't care about the taste, and I'm not even really scared of like drawing Muhammad or anything like that. But I feel like if we leave it out there long enough, someone will notice.
Yeah.
And then we're dead. All right, so since we're talking about the rebooting of the podcast, we were going to do the drinking game, and it's getting bumped again. It's like Ben Affleck or Matt Damon on
Matt Damon.
Is that how we talk?
what's that show? Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
It's always getting bumped. We're going to come to it eventually.
That's a thing. Somebody, like, it's a movie or something where somebody goes, Matt Damon, and everybody goes, Matt Damon. I
It's,
forget what from.
what's it called?
Is it
Team
South-
America.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's like when that's SNL skit when what's his name, Andy Samberg is doing Mark Wahlberg.
Say
He's like,
hello?
"Say hello to your mother for me," and it's
Yeah.
nothing he's ever said in any movie.
So, speaking of all that, we're going to do a reboot. This whole episode's Reboot-a-Palooza because we're going to talk about the best in pop culture reboots. And the first thing I have on here, by the way, I looked it up because Missy texted and said, "Reboot, is that the same as a remake?"
Don't make me sound dumb.
No. I had to look it up. And it is, what's the difference between reboot and remake? There's not one. They do try to spin it that there is.
Sure.
For instance, what I read was a remake tries to stay close to the original source material and honor it as much as they can, where reboots are complete overhauls. often called reimagining because Hollywood likes that. For our argument, it's all the same shit.
What would you classify the most recent Ghostbusters as, a reboot or a remake?
I would call it a reboot.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, but it's
But they
also,
remade it as women.
That's
And
so
the old guys
rebooted
were
it as women.
still in there.
Yeah, see, it's all, so they honoring the source. It's all stupid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid to
I
differentiate
know.
between the two. So for the sake of our list,
That's a no-win
it's good.
argument.
So before we get into it, because we're going to start with what we like, and then I've got a few that are just awful.
But any awful ones.
Before we get into what everybody likes, let's get into what makes a good reboot.
Crickets.
Silence.
That's tough. I mean, it's all in the eye of the beholder.
I think it's a combination of two things. One, it captures the nostalgia of the original,
Well-
and then also has enough spin of itself to make it original.
I got, it stays close to the original, but it isn't a rehash of the original.
Yeah, it's got to be about 80% nostalgia and 20% original.
I like that.
I think it's got to piss off 80% of the old fans while still capturing 20% of them, and then 100% of new
I
fans.
think, and we're going to get into what made these good and stuff here and there in these, but I think that you also have to be, especially if you're a reboot of a comedy, you have to be self-aware of what you're doing. I mean, you can't just completely ignore, which in one of my bad lists, there's one where they just completely ignore the original for the most part, and it's awful. But, so, you know what? That said, let's go ahead and start with Missy. Let's grab one from your list.
Just one?
Or one, two, whatever you want to do. I know you've got a handful.
We got rules here. Don't break them.
Yeah.
Who has rules?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a rule. Don't mow my lawn is basically what I told you guys.
So
Don't mow your lawn?
Yeah, so she's got a heavy garden or grass in the field today.
So all my list is horror themed, which you guys know.
Yep.
I've seen all
Really
these
into the
movies, and I even
prostitutes.
thought of all these movies on my own. I just had to look up the years.
All right.
So I would go with the last on my list of Friday the 13th.
That's the worst, or one that you've watched, but you consider that pretty low on the list.
On my list, yes.
Yeah.
The
But do you like it
the
at all, or-
The reboots was not that great.
Wait, when's it rebooted?
2009 with
Yeah.
Jared.
God, that long ago?
Yeah.
I was like
I looked it up.
2014.
I looked it up.
Galecki
Yeah, I thought it
was in
was.
that?
Oh yeah.
Well, what's the guy's name from Supernatural?
Oh yeah, the Supernatural. I was thinking of Galecki from Big Bang, not that. But yeah, the Supernatural
Oh my
guy's in it.
God.
Yeah, and we've watched it. It's not awful. It's just not great
Which one? I just don't remember this at all.
Actually-
because it wasn't that good. And they're
I
rebooting
should have
it
went with a
again.
different one because there
Like
was one
Jason?
other. One
Yes.
other one.
No, like Mrs. Voorhees,
Yeah,
right?
no, it starts right out of the gate with Jason. This one does.
okay.
In 2000, I just cannot.
It doesn't
It
seem
made it
like
to
it
the
was
big
that
screen and
long
everything.
ago. Yeah, but it was. I looked it up. It was 2009.
I
I
feel.
promise.
I
It
feel like the last Jason movie I watched was Jason versus Freddy.
No, yeah, this was
Oh heck no! That was
this, and this story was
Oh,
kind
heck
of a
no, don't you know?
combination of Hills Have Eyes meets Friday the 13th, because you
Okay.
remember in Hills Have Eyes they had those tunnels and stuff.
Yeah.
This is how Jason got around Crystal Lake so quick. He has tunnels.
Yeah, I have never seen this
Yeah.
movie. Did not know it existed.
It's not awful, not great. It's a pretty good example of a reboot. Would you say that reboot was and this wasn't my intent for this episode, but out of a 6-pack,
Go ahead. I just want your pen.
out of a 6-pack, what do you say for that one?
For me, out of a 6-pack for the remake of it,
Yeah.
well, I should have. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe 3.5.
3.5. I think it's a foul ball. It's not a swing and a miss, but it's a foul ball. Bender, what's one you've got?
I went with a bunch of stuff that honestly I don't think I've ever seen a lot of the original, or didn't pay much attention to the originals, but I did dig the new ones, so I respect that. I know a lot of the stuff that I pick people hate on, but the new stuff. But like for example, the Star Trek trilogy, the new ones.
I have those on mine. That's what
I enjoy
brought up.
those, and I've never been a Trekkie or any of that. I don't think I ever watched any of the old Star Trek movies.
Second one was weak.
It was weak, but it was
Third
still
one was
watchable.
awesome. Third one was awesome.
But yeah, the first one was really good, and the third one was way better. I had zero expectations going into the third one,
Yeah, and
it was really awesome.
Did
It was
we
a
go
lot of
see
fun.
that together?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I
we
didn't. Actually, I didn't see it in the movie theater.
Yeah, I went and saw it with motherfucking Wayne. So.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it though, and I think they do a good job. I don't know if any of you guys are actual and then they also redid the show but I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched that either.
Because you got to pay for it on CBS's app, and I'm not doing that.
CBS Access or something like
Yeah,
that.
fuck that. I ain't paying $4 a month to watch CSI and Star Trek. Fuck you guys.
So swing and a miss for their app. Half a beer out of 6.
I would give it. I would give the new trilogy 4 to 6.
4. I'd almost stagger it to be a 5, a
2.5,
and then I'd go up 5.5 on the other one. Yeah,
they're a lot of fun. The first and third one are a lot.
What
of
you
fun.
got, Tom?
So the first one I had, I'm just going to start out the ones I really, really like. How about Christopher Nolan's Batman? Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
That is on my list, or not on my list, and I'll tell you why. And that's not to say that it's not fine to bring it up, but it's here. So here's what I avoided superheroes.
Okay.
The only reason I had is at some point it's just too much. They reboot them every fucking
That's the reason I skipped Spider-Man. I agree with you on the Batman because short of right now, every time they rebooted Batman, it's like a new world. So I'm okay with it.
If I
left it off for the same reason you did.
And if I were going to pick one of all the superheroes that would make it a notable list, that would be it.
Yeah.
So that would be a good one. So.
No, I agree with you. I think the Christopher Nolan stuff's awesome.
And man, what if you were going to assign let's do I think we've done this before, but do an overall rating and then do a individual rating.
An overall rating
of the trilogy itself.
Yeah.
Overall rating of the trilogy is a 5.
Okay.
I would go 4, 6, 5.
I think I'd almost go like closer to 5, 6, and then I would almost drop down to about 2.5.
I would go 4, 6, 3. 4, 6, 3.
Okay.
I don't think it's terrible. I just think it felt rushed.
2 is a 6 because Missy sat through that at the movies with me and she enjoyed it. So
no,
I don't
Rachel
even know
likes
what
it.
you guys are talking
the
about.
Heath Ledger Batman.
Oh, okay.
I just watched it. I fell asleep.
Anytime it's on, and
I watched it on Sunday. It was great.
Yeah, it's still good. So that said about superheroes, I've left them off. The first one I have is, and I've tried mixing some TV into movies.
Sure.
I didn't do any comics because, again, they do it all the time.
Yeah, I figured we'd talk about Marvel a little bit, but we'll do that later.
But first one I put was Charlie's Angels from TV to movie.
I had that on my original list, and then
So you like those?
I thought it was a successful reboot. And I'm not necessarily.
I don't think the movies were good at all.
I think
That's interesting.
I
It
think
made money.
I think they got 3 of them out of it, and I think I enjoyed the first one, and I kind of, for some reason, enjoyed the third one.
Is that the one with Demi Moore?
Well, yeah. I kind of like
Oh,
the
is
idea
that
of the
why?
Dark Angel. No, and Bernie Mac, and it had everybody's Shia
Bill
LaBeouf
Murray
in it.
Is it Bill Murray in it?
No, he's in the first 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I even put one of the reasons I did enjoy it because he was very underrated in them because he's Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Bill Murray's great in everything.
And at the time, he wasn't Bill Murray. He was just that's Bill Murray in a movie. He wasn't the national treasure level that he's grown to be.
When did Bill Murray become a national treasure?
Caddyshack.
The chive.
Lost in Translation.
You think
I think
so?
you're right.
Yeah, when
I
he
think
started
so.
showing that he's an actor, like an amazing actor. So.
Well, I think the internet helped on that too because he
Zombieland maybe too.
Yeah, but like stories
Yeah.
as social media got out there and got bigger and bigger, like stories of like random shit that Bill Murray would
Oh
do
God, I love
would
the story.
get out there.
Yeah, when he goes to the some guy was in a fast food restaurant and some guy like steals a fry off his plate. And he turns around, it's Bill Murray, and he says,
Yeah.
"Nobody will ever believe you."
Well, there's another story about a guy who was a cab driver, and Bill Murray's talking to him in the cab, and he's like, "Oh, I just do this." He goes, what I really want to do is I'm a jazz musician." He goes, "I just do this to make money during the week," and he goes, "Oh yeah, well, how often you get to practice?" He's like, "Oh, like an hour a night after I get off," and he's like, "Well, I don't really have anything to do." He goes, "You got your instrument?" He goes, "Yeah, it's in the trunk. It's always with me." He goes, "I'll drive the cab. You play the instrument in the back." So he drove around for 2 hours and let this guy just fucking play his...
And then probably paid for the cab. I mean, that's amazing.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so like I said, I just put notables. I didn't put necessarily the ones I like the most, but I put notable reboot because that was a pretty...
No, I see what you're saying.
That was an iconic TV show, and they got 3 movies, and it's about to be rebooted again.
Is it really?
To another TV show.
Oh, okay. But those came out in like the mid to late 90s, early 2000s.
Maybe late 90s for the first one, and then the aughts for the second 2.
And they felt like cheesy
80s.
Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That on my list, too. Notable mention on the list. Missy, what's your next one?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh man.
Remake, not that great.
Yeah. See, so
I did not capture the essence of my terror.
I had high expectations with Jackie Earl Haley playing him too.
I was gonna say it's not the same Freddy, right?
No, it wasn't Robert Englund.
That guy's
It
still
was,
alive, though, right?
it was
Yeah.
a guy half
Yeah.
the height of Robert Englund.
Yeah, it was Jackie Earl Haley. What was his name in Bad News Bears?
I don't know, asshole.
Yeah, he's the motorcycle kid.
Oh, Smokey.
Something. I don't know. Can't believe we
I was
don't
like,
know
how do
that.
you know?
Somebody's going to tweet us and tell us that.
I don't know.
How did we miss that one? But
I'm looking it up.
Which one is it? Was it the
the remake,
old one
another
or the
reboot
remake
of that.
that
Jesus
one?
Christ, this
Yeah.
is like I said,
about
this
Remake
Thornton's-
of the remake.
reboot of Palooza.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big. I mean, well, my problem with it because we watched it together, and I don't even think I stayed awake.
No, you didn't.
But there were shot for shot
Kelly Leak.
It was Kelly, yeah. There were shot-for-shot remakes of scenes in it, and I just thought, why? You know?
I mean, I guess if you're trying.
I guess that was how they were trying to capture
Yeah.
the essence of the original.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you give it on a six-pack?
The reboot?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, like a 2?
Yeah.
Really, that bad, huh?
Yeah, it's
It's
not
not
good.
I
great.
never watched that either.
And the Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, scared the shit out of me.
I'd say
Yeah.
the first one's close to a 6.
When he pulls the mom through the door.
At the end?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, it's freaky.
Yeah, that movie
What do you
legitimately
mean? What
frightened me.
about when he killed Johnny Depp?
He just
Drug
killed,
him into his
he killed my dreams
water.
when he killed Johnny
Yeah.
Depp. That's what he did.
He
Pun
pulled him
intended.
into the waterbed, and then out came Johnny Depp from the waterbed.
Yeah. Yeah. Wet dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
Yucko.
no, that was his joke, not mine.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Bender, what you got?
The next one I had down was Planet of the Apes, the new ones.
That's on mine.
Yeah, I knew
and
it would be.
spoiler alert for me, I consider that the second greatest reboot of all time. Take a drink for hyperbole.
I'm up there with the fact that I think the second and third one are along the same lines of a similar movie, but the first one is so much different than 2 and 3 are so much different than 1. But all of them are very well acted and very intense, and the ending of the trilogy, Woody Harrelson plays in the last one plays a great
Woody Harrelson type
flawed.
person.
I mean, he's a bad guy, but you can see where he's coming from and how pain can twist you into something that you didn't mean to be. And for CG characters, I don't think any movie has ever done CG characters where you care about them
Well, that's
that
Weta,
well.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the.
But I mean,
people
like-
that- Andy Serkis also.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, almost everybody's CG in it, and you really they're all the whole time they're CG, and you really care about them, and you feel for them, and there's a Avatar doesn't get that aspect of
sometimes you get
humanism.
animated, and we care about you.
Yeah, I just think they did a really good job in the story for not having for a CG movie that mixes live.
Good movie. I
action.
liked him. That's why I put it as a second.
Yeah, it's great.
All
and
right.
I would give the first one a 4, 5, and 5.
That's a good solid trilogy. That's like a 4.75 right
Yeah.
there. What do you got?
So the next one I have might be a little controversial.
Oh boy,
Oh, no.
But I feel like it's kind of a reboot.
mic drop.
I can't really do that.
No.
I might fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I'll give him a point for a poop sound instead of a mic drop sound.
Hold for laughter.
I'll just give
How
you a
about
bell.
Casino Royale?
Ah, son of a bitch!
Oh man,
Daniel
Holy
Craig.
shit, this is why
The new
Stole
Bond.
mine.
All
that's
right.
why I created a theme,
I'm gonna give you another spoiler. I consider that the greatest reboot of all
I
time.
think so
Yeah,
too.
buddy.
It
Yeah.
was my favorite one.
You heard it here.
Why
I mean, the
Why do you
franchise
guys
of the
talk like you're high right now?
I don't know. I
we're
loved
high
it
on
so
our
much.
exuberance
I
for our
don't know.
geek culture.
Well, if you look at it, the Bond franchise have been kind of suffering for 20 odd years.
What do you mean? Pierce was a national treasure.
The Pierce ones get a bad
They're
rap.
fine.
I like
they
it.
were fine.
They're
They're
okay.
better than the Timothy Dalton ones. They were a
Except for
step
the
up
Die
from
Another
those, I
Day.
thought.
Yeah.
No, Diamonds Are Forever. That was garbage.
Goldeneye was
Forever is bad.
Goldeneye was a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best
And,
video game ever.
But that's to me. I think Casino Royale is the best Bond film ever.
It's just, even if it wasn't a Bond film, it's
Yeah,
just
probably.
a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if Daniel Craig's the best Bond. He's in the argument, but that film is incredibly good.
I've never watched a movie where I'm like, okay, it's almost over, and then it would go on for another 20 minutes, and you're like, man, it got better.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that's a 6?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for
good
sure.
job, Melissa. You get a
Yeah.
point for being a conformist.
Have you watched it?
And I would say 4.5 to 5 out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
All of the Craig movies combined. Quantum of Solace was a little
I'm about to
iffy.
say that would be about a 3.
And then it
I think Skyfall was a little whiny, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
What was the last one?
Spectre.
Spectre was
like a 4.
Spectre was very
really good.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all the new ones, with Daniel Craig, the only thing I've seen in them is when he got his balls crushed.
That's the first one. That's
that's
Casino
all I've
Royale.
seen. That's the only scene I
Like,
have
did
watched.
you just Google Daniel Craig get his balls smashed?
No, Jeremy had it on. I was walking through the room, and
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" Oh, okay. Well,
He got voted the least attractive Bond ever.
Really?
I don't think he's attractive.
Yeah, he's in shape, but
Yeah.
I don't think he has the traditional looks of some of the other guys.
He's not. Yeah,
Even
he's
over
harder
Roger. I mean, I
faced.
love Roger Moore, but
Roger Moore. He
he was
Roger,
like 55. And he was
Roger Moore has.
Yeah, but that hair. He had that great hair.
What Roger Moore has going for him is the same thing Hall & Oates have going for him. They were considered attractive in the time where being unattractive was kind of the in thing.
Yeah.
and they can put up a lot of goals.
Yeah, that's it. So, Hall and Oates. Badger's bringing it. Even
He's
though
on fire.
That's only for St. Louis people, so I should only give him half a point, but it's
Yeah.
still
Well, as
fun.
we've determined, the Ukraine listener isn't tagging in.
He's
anymore.
not, yeah, and he's a KHL fan, not a NHL. So,
Nice.
back to, I'm gonna knock out a couple because I've got, I mean, I'm sure we
I
all
only
have a
brought
few.
6. Damn it!
All right, well,
Yeah.
the 6, we'll stay
have
through
6.
then. Next one I've got, and I'm taking this intentionally for no other reason because I'm taking it from my wife since she went all horror. Hawaii Five-0.
God damn it, that was on my honorable mention list right here. Look,
The TV
honorable
show?
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a successful.
Love that
TV
show.
The
It's
only-
on right
Is it
now.
still on?
Yeah,
it's on right
the
now.
reason I put
Didn't
it,
all the Asian actors quit?
First of all, they're Hawaiian.
yeah, dude, come on. now.
Are they all actually Hawaiian?
But they're American. If you're
Yeah.
Hawaiian, you're American. You're not.
But
Asian,
are
dude.
they? I think the one dude was an actual Asian guy.
The
though.
one dude. Which one?
Yeah.
The one that looked Asian?
Yeah,
John.
Because
Hey,
his
wait a
last
minute. Wait a
name's
minute.
Kim.
Missy doesn't
I got
know.
the first one. You didn't even get it.
She doesn't know what it is. I'm going to let her hear it at the end.
That's funny.
I don't know.
But I got to tell
I
you,
love that show.
I don't
Never watched it.
I would not say I watch the show. I do know what's going on because it's usually our Sunday morning show. And if I don't take a nap while we watch it,
Most people go to church.
I find it hard to take a nap when it's
Have you
on
met
because I
us?
get into the show.
I don't go to church.
Yeah. Boo your religious comments. I'll give you a point though.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
It's good. It keeps me from falling asleep most days.
So you're pro Scott Conn, is what you're saying?
It's
No, it's not even him. The absurdity.
that's right.
The absurdity of the show.
Hey,
is
I'm
what
not a hater of
brings me
Scott
back.
Conn. One of my
right. You just
Sorry.
interrupted her.
No, go ahead. I didn't have anything.
guilty pleasure movies is Into the Blue with Scott Conn, Paul
Paul
Walker, and
Walker,
Jessica
Jessica-
Alba.
Oh wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah. that's-
That is a tough one.
think
I'm
they
gonna
live a
scratch
great
his
life.
point away from him.
Is this why you want a boat?
I just want to live on an island and
Rachel, you
swim
guys are
all
going to
day.
be swimming in the ocean, living in the ocean one day.
You
Why
see
would
my
you watch a
wife?
crappy movie like that when you can watch The Beach? Now, that's a good movie.
I didn't
Yeah, I
enjoy
think
that one
it's
either.
kinda
I thought it
sad.
was- yeah.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that weird video game scene? Doesn't make any sense.
All right, next one up for my wife. Oh wait,
and
let me.
my wife?
I'm going to let her vote on this
Hello,
though
the
because
wife.
it's more in her wheelhouse. So how many out of 6?
I've never watched the original series, but I'll give it a whole 6 because I love
She
that
loves
show.
that show. All right.
exciting!
I'm giving her a point for going all in.
How are they going to get out of this one?
And they do it in an hour every time.
Oh, it's
in
amazing.
And the same day,
more like
too.
48 minutes.
yeah, more like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is really, really absurd, but I enjoy it. So what's your next one?
If we're going to do 6, let's go with The Hills Have Eyes.
That's on mine as an honorable mention. Good movie.
The
So-
first one is weird as shit. Like, they were high on
It was
all kinds
considered
of
the
drugs.
scariest movie ever made when it came out.
We watched
Wow.
it not long ago. It was not scary one bit.
No, and
The second one is
Wait.
creepy as fuck.
So when you say the first one, do you mean like the originals from back in the
1970
day?
Yes.
1977.
Yeah.
And then the remake was 2006.
Really? I was going to say 2.
And famously, when the first Evil Dead came out, when Sam Raimi made that, the reviews were so strong that movie was the scariest movie, that when they released the movie poster, it looks like Ash is cutting through a wall, but it's actually a poster of Hills Have Eyes that he's cutting through. Yeah,
Huh.
it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I think the remake was better than the original.
The remake was
I
rough.
was-
Rough.
Yeah.
The remake for me,
The hillbilly shit freaks me out, man.
It was terrifying. Like
The mutant rape scene in it is. Ooh.
take out the mutant part.
Just
the
a
rape
rape.
scene, that's a real life act, and you know how that I feel about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It scares me.
I feel like
I
it's
think we're
not,
all anti.
I was going to say, I don't think
I
you're
would take a hard stance here.
I think you're on an island by yourself
anti-rape.
You know
there.
what, guys? On a 1 to 6, being against rape is a 6 out of 6,
Yeah.
right?
You know,
Okay.
I'm a 7 out of 6.
So yeah,
Give her a point for that.
So
She really went on a limb there. We got to give her the credit.
yeah, for being so daring, you get a point. Bender, what do you got?
The new Voltron show.
Oh, way to go, cartoon! I'm
That's
gonna give you a
alright.
point for a cartoon.
Now, okay, when you say it's all right, have you gotten through the first season?
Nope.
Get through the first season; it's way better. It does pick up. Now, with that being said, as a kid, Voltron was at the tail end of my childhood. It was over as I was coming into cartoons and like remembering them.
Sure.
But the old Voltron's on Netflix too, so I'm gonna go back and watch that too because I really don't remember much.
I love the old
of it.
Voltrons.
I think it's
those
only
as
like a
kid.
season or two, right?
Yeah, I was never a big Voltron guy. Same deal. It's a little before my time.
Staying on the cartoon, I don't want to veer off too far, but DuckTales reboot. We've been watching that.
Yeah.
Nah.
I tried to watch an episode or two. I don't.
It doesn't capture the same magic.
Yeah, and I
don't want to hate on it.
Here's what sucks. I enjoy the animated style of it.
Yeah, and I like all the voice actors in it. Like it's got the chubby dude from Saturday Night Live.
It's got David Tennant. It's got all kinds
there's a
of
lot
people in
of very talented people in there, and I'm not even going to go as far as to say it's a bad show. It's good. It doesn't capture the magic for me, but maybe it's not supposed to.
All right. Well, that magic aside, let's give a rating to Voltrons.
After the first season, I'm going to give it a 5.
Oh, it's but first season call it a 4.
Wow,
I would give the first season a 3.5. It's kind
Okay.
of boring, but once it gets its legs, it's fun.
All right. What do you got now, Thomas?
Bohannon's, Benders, Battlestar Galactica.
Ooh, that was my next one on the list.
I never watched
Oh
it.
boy,
Battlestar Galactica is in my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time.
Massive
It's a fantastic show.
gave sci-fi legitimacy as a network.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
very-
ECW? Huh? Not ECW?
Yeah, definitely not ECW. I mean, on so many levels, it was a political, sociological commentary. It was so ending, but man, what a great series.
Yeah.
seasons was that? 6?
4.
4, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, and then a couple of movies.
and
do that.
it also did something cool. It changed Starbuck from a guy to a girl.
Yep.
The original was uber good name Dirk Benedict.
Yeah.
Just one of the greatest names.
Yeah.
Super cool name.
Yeah, and
But
he plays a great role in the reboot.
and they replaced him though with Katie Sackhoff, which is maybe super hot geek worshipped girl. So
Is
Every
it
guy
still
loves
She doesn't do it for me.
Dirk?
Do what?
Do they still call her Dirk? When they
No, well, no.
replace her?
The real actor was Dirk Benedict.
Oh, okay.
yeah, but replaced by Katie Sackhoff. Two weird
She doesn't do
named
it for
people.
you? Is it because she's tall?
I'm
I
not really a
could.
big fan of that kind of short hair on a girl.
Have you seen her
Oh,
with
I
long
was-
hair? She's good looking with long hair too.
Just not,
It's
yeah,
not
I
because
have,
she's
'cause
tall.
on the show.
Tom and I have an alliance.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Wait, you're the only tall lady in his life? Is
That's
that
true.
That is
That's
true.
why he
That
doesn't
is-
like
that
her.
is
That's
See
all
him
there's
and
left.
his wife.
Bender's-
I would assume the rest of the whole
Bender
families
sniffed
are
it
short.
out. He gets a point. I got to tell you this. I'm sure Brie Larson's going to be great, but I wanted Katie Sackhoff to be Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. That was my pick.
Yeah,
I
should be
wanted
good.
She's probably on the...
Fun show. Bender, you'd love it.
I think she's probably on the too old.
The first season is. I mean, people forget that when the first season was out, there was arguments of which was better, Lost or Battlestar Galactica, because those were the two best shows on TV at the time. Well, out of 6.
6.
And then the original Battlestar Galactica was the 60s?
Late 70s.
Late 70s, yeah.
It only was like 13 episodes.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that.
I've got to skip my next few. No Battlestar Galactica, no Star Trek talk, no Casino Royale, no Planet of the Apes. But I'm going to go to a very underrated remake that we both enjoyed, although we haven't revisited it only more than once. That was Fright Night. What a good reboot that was.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was a good one. Rest
and-
in peace.
Yeah, I have that on there. We miss you, Anton Yelchin.
Yeah,
but,
thank you. I didn't want to have to say that.
But very underrated and solid movie.
Yeah.
I
It really
thought.
was. Colin Farrell is an underrated actor.
Oh, yeah, he's a very good actor. Yeah, he's. I gotta tell you, going back to Tigerland, if you've never seen
Tigerland's good.
his acting debut in Tigerland, it was a good movie. And
he did that.
In Bruges was awesome.
In Bruges is great, but he did that. He had that run in like the early 2000s. The same, like where he was in like everything. Like he was in SWAT, he was in Phone Booth, and all like just about every fucking movie. And it was like, this guy is annoying.
Well, here's what it was.
Then he backed off, and now
kind of like Tom Hardy as well. He's actually a better actor than Hollywood was getting him credit for.
Better actor than you think.
Hollywood was trying to push the name. They thought they had a megastar, and they can't necessarily carry a bad film like, say, The Rock.
Yeah,
Put him in anything, you're gonna get 150 million.
Will Smith's the same way. Like
he can't.
Basically, what I think we have had this argument before. Name the last great Will Smith movie.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
Pursuit of
Happiness was.
Exactly. But, like, everything makes $1 billion, though.
Guys, it's like Quincy Jones said.
Unless
you could have the
collateral
greatest
damage.
fucking singer in the world, but that motherfucker can't make a bad song look good.
Yeah.
You know? All right, so that was all mine since we've mown through. But go ahead and knock out whatever you have left.
My last three?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? I'll skip one and I'll just do two more.
All right.
So I also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right.
Been rebooted a couple times.
Isn't it getting redone again?
Probably, but
I don't know.
the best of those reboots was Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey and
Yeah, that came out in 1994, and that was
Nobody's ever
Weird
seen
face.
that, right?
yeah, her face has
Kenny
changed.
Chesney's
yeah, I've seen it.
ex-wife.
Yeah, it's out. You can see it. They tried to bury it.
They tried to bury it,
And
though,
it got
right?
released.
You'll find it on HBO every now
And what's
and
her
then.
name? What's her name? Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
Was it Dazed and Confused was coming out at the same time?
It's just weird.
But I can't. There was a reason that they buried it.
He had already-
Maybe
No,
It's horrible.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused was already out.
maybe it's what's the movie where he's the lawyer? A Time to Kill.
Yeah, Time to Kill. That could be.
Oh, that
I
was
think
could've
it
been.
was that was coming
Yes,
out.
I killed him, and I want them to burn in hell.
That would have been probably when the two that coincided being released.
There's a reason that they buried it so hard, though, is
Yeah.
because it was coming out, and they were afraid. They thought Hollywood had a leading man, and then this movie was coming out right after it,
yeah.
and they were like, "Get rid of this."
Yeah.
They actually wasn't it? He made it before the other things, and it just
Yeah, I
happened
think so.
recently. Yeah.
And they just hadn't released it
That
yet.
was a time in my life where I was smoking weed quite a bit, and I had not smoked in a few weeks when I watched that, and I thought, well, fuck, I am high right
What?
now.
Yeah. No, I've never watched it.
It was also remade in 2003 with Jessica Biel and 2006 with Jordana Brewster.
And I think we watched the 06, right? But I don't remember.
I've watched both.
Okay.
I'm sure.
I don't remember. What would
sure
you
you
rate
have.
those?
Oh, fuck. You can't beat the original.
Yeah, the original is a 6. I think those are pale comparisons.
I
mean,
think the whole 2003 one was just Jessica Biel running around in a wife beater.
Give it a 6. Give it a 6.
Well, Jordana Brewster's
Not to be sexist,
schlub.
but-
I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't-
I worked at a video store when that movie came out, and the poster was
poster was
everybody
the
was
notable
like
thing.
everybody's like, "Where's that at?" I'm like,
They were like Mac and the
Because it's-
lips on
yeah.
like,
Super
she's all
Troopers.
wet in the poster, and it's like huddled. Yeah, I just remember that.
did you just disappear into the bathroom for 15 minutes?
No,
at a
I
time?
mean it wasn't me.
He did it right out there in the open.
Right.
Nobody was looking
Yeah,
at the
right.
counter.
And then my number one, Halloween.
Yeah, that was
Okay, the Rob Zombie
Rob
remake.
Zombie.
the first one was good. It gets shit on now
You-
because the second one.
Yeah,
was,
you can't. For me, you can't top that first one, but I did enjoy Rob Zombie's remake.
No, yeah, it was good.
another film getting another remake.
It is.
Yeah.
So on my
is
list,
it getting a remake or is it
No, no,
it's a
coming out,
sequel
yeah.
to the first one. Yeah,
So
call that a
Halloween's
reboot.
being redone this year. Nightmare on Elm Street's being redone.
Holy cow!
Yeah. So. That's it. That's all I got.
For me, the last two that I had was Ocean's 11.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's a
like
good one.
the trilogy, but I think the first
12's not
one
very
is
good.
12's not very good.
I like.
11
I
and
still.
13.
It's still watchable to me, but I know. I see
Yeah.
the complaints.
And they're doing another one, Ocean 8.
Chicks, aren't they?
Another
Ocean's
reboot.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
all
coming
ladies.
out soon.
I'm okay with that. I'm going to be
Robin
on
the
board.
Fashion World, something like that.
Something like that. But
So-
my number...
Hold
okay,
on,
go ahead.
Ocean's 11. What rating would you give that?
5?
I'd give that a 5.
Solid 5.
It's a-
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a heist movie, man.
I'm a sucker for a heist movie, and I'm a sucker for Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, and George Clooney reading
Yeah.
lines back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah, yeah.
Throw
Oh.
Bernie Mac in, and
Carl Reiner?
Yeah.
Carl Reiner. I mean, that whole cast is,
I love ensemble cast.
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
Agreed.
couldn't have been better casted. It
Yeah.
was perfect.
And that's why I think Ocean's 8, because it's got Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, she'll do a great job.
K-League, Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
There's a Rihanna. Yeah,
Who's ready to
Rihanna.
party?
Yeah, that's a solid cast of like.
Do you think the
5-star
beginning of that
females.
movie, Rihanna's in the movie, do you think the beginning of it, she just looks around at the others, she goes, we got to go rob that dude. And they're like, why? Because bitch better have my money.
Yeah. Yep.
If that song's not in there, it's a crime.
That's an underrated song.
But
I got to get down to it.
My all-time
So does the
favorite.
casino just need to have Chris Brown there to stop her?
Oh,
Point for top.
yeah,
for
that's
top.
definitely
That show was a black
definitely.
guy. on
Gig
this
for Bean.
podcast.
So what was the last
My all-time favorite, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show. The movie is not bad.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
It is a fun
Jason
movie.
Priestley action.
And
But,
Chrissy Swanson and
yeah.
Paul Rubin making
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
return to film in that one.
Hey, Jason Priestley.
isn't
No,
that-
sir. That's Luke Perry.
Oh, that's right. I forget.
Oh.
Those guys look the same to me.
Yeah.
God, don't be speech the good name of Dylan McKay in my
I'm
presence.
so sorry. Speaking of 90210 is getting remade, apparently.
Joss,
third time?
Again for
yeah.
a third time?
Joss
Or,
Whedon?
well, second time.
Yeah, Josh, but the TV show I thought was it's
gotta give it a
still
6,
gotta
right?
be one of the best.
It's very well received.
It's got to
and
be.
well
What,
remembered.
I mean,
No,
it
that's
has
what
to
I'm-
hold up
no,
as long as they.
Buffy.
It holds up.
Oh.
I still watch it. I mean, it's a little bit of a nostalgia trip
It's-
going back and listening to the
Makes
music
all the
and
list
everybody.
of greatest American
Yeah.
shows of all.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
I mean,
It was an angsty TV drama without being annoying Twilight shit.
all
Like,
right.
Twilight should have saw that and done better. Is
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
So I want to give a special award to somebody who's made 2 fucking god awful reboots.
Okay.
And this guy, this actor, has any actor gotten more out of one role than this actor? Matthew Broderick
okay.
was
Okay.
Ferris Bueller.
Okay.
He made Godzilla.
Yeah,
He
and
made
that's on my
Inspector
list of
Gadget.
very bad ones.
Yeah.
That guy has gotten more pull out of one. Okay, it's an okay movie. It's overrated.
Easy. Ferris
Yeah,
Bueller's
Ferris
a masterpiece.
Bueller-
It's a masterpiece.
The principal's a child molester.
Oh yeah. he
Well,
is.
yeah, in retrospect, not a good guy. Chasing around, slapping a girl in the butt in it. Probably not a good look now,
It's
but
an
that,
okay movie.
that is a great movie. There's no way that is
There's
not
better
a great movie.
80s movies.
It's a
Dude.
feel-good movie. Come on.
Not much. That's a big one. That was
Goonies
a
is
big
better.
Have you
one.
ever heard the
Just saying.
conspiracy
Yeah,
theory
so-
that movie it's all in Cameron's head? That Ferris and Sloan.
Yeah, I've read that. That is a good
Yeah,
one.
that's interesting.
We should go back and revisit doing that episode about the greatest fan theories. That was a good
Did
one.
we did that episode?
No, we never got to it.
We should do that.
Missy had done her homework on that too a while back.
I
But
don't even know where that paper is now.
Man,
that was
sorry,
a good.
Missy,
That was
we
a
shit
fun.
on you.
That's a fun theme. So yeah, that Matthew Broderick. Wow. So he gets 2 for on
And he's
that.
married to a horse. That's not cool.
I don't know. Are they still together?
Yeah, there's
Who
some
is
other. Sarah Jessica Parker.
completely
You know Matthew
hated
Broderick?
by Kim Cattrall.
I think she's
Apparently.
hated in general.
Did you see what happened? Kim Cattrall's mom died, or brother died, or something.
Oh wow.
Brother,
Yeah.
or it was.
Or one of her relatives died, and Sarah Jessica Parker tweeted, "Our thoughts are with you," and she instantly tweeted back, "Your thoughts aren't welcome here. You're a fake
Damn.
person. I don't like you, and I don't appreciate you even reading." Like, ooh, that's a clapback as a
That
kid
is.
would say.
Yeah,
It's the
claws
kids'
are out.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into some bad ones other than
Oh
Godzilla.
wait, real quick, I wanted to talk about this. Matthew Broderick killed a guy.
Did he really?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Drunk driving?
No, I think he was sober driving, but he killed a guy.
Oh, that's too bad. We'll feel bad for that guy's family. Bender's going to bring it down worse in his
No, it's all right.
his science segment. Let's just run through some bad ones real quick, and then I've got some upcoming ones that are of note. Godzilla, bad. You talked about that. Conan with Jason Momoa. Not even Khal Drogo
That
could
guy
say
can't
that
act
one.
for shit.
Planet of the Apes, which is the only film that made both lists, the Mark Wahlberg edition.
Yeah, Tim Burton. What's Tim Burton's last good movie?
Oh, I
Nightmare
think
Before
Edward
Christmas?
Scissorhands.
no. I think his.
Nightmare for Christmas. He did do that one.
He also. I mean, that guy's got a great. Big Fish was good.
Lately.
Big Fish is good.
Big Fish was. I liked even the School for Bizarre Kids, whatever. I thought that was
I
enjoyable.
think that was good.
I thought
I
it
thought it
was
was
enjoyable.
stupid.
RoboCop. Ugh.
Oh, no.
I got Ghostbusters on here. Karate Kid, bad.
I tried to watch RoboCop
Whoa, let's talk
3
about Karate Kid
times.
for a second. How do we feel about the new TV show coming out about it?
Oh no, the YouTube Red with the Cobra Kai.
It's a real
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I want to see that, but I don't have YouTube Red, and I'm not paying for it either. So
I'll just watch it on YouTube. Oh, damn it, I can't.
TMNT, not good.
What?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was another reboot that wasn't very.
Oh yeah, wait. Well, the cartoon was okay.
Cinematically, I'm talking here.
Well, the
so.
cartoon, the cinematic cartoon, and then they did the movies that Michael
Yeah.
Bay did. Basically, if Michael Bay touches on, he's going to ruin it.
All right, here's some upcoming reboots. Let's mow through these real
Hold
quick.
on, what do you think about Footloose?
I enjoyed that
Footloose?
actually. It's
Get
still.
outta
I mean,
here.
Caitlin likes the,
yeah, we
the remake.
we
and
watched
not
it with
the
our daughter,
original.
and she enjoyed it. But Kevin Bacon's awesome. So and Chris Penn, God rest his
Is
soul.
Kevin Bacon in the remake?
John Lithgow?
No. John Lithgow, great actor, underrated actor. Here's some upcoming reboots. The Crow. I'm not looking forward to that one because the other one was so
You shouldn't
iconic.
just yeah, you shouldn't touch
Death
it.
Wish is in theaters now, I believe.
I will not watch that.
Tomb Raider looks okay. I
It
mean,
doesn't look that great. It looks slightly better than the last ones.
Bloodsport. Gotta see what that one's going to look like.
What?
Alien Nation, new TV series coming out soon. Looks kind of cool.
Okay.
Spawn, kind of interested to see where that's going. Although
I think they
McFarlane's
could do.
directing.
I mean, they could only do it better.
Here is something that's blasphemous to my wife, but Overboard comes out soon.
I'm
It's
not
a gender reversal, right?
Yeah, and I'm not even looking forward
Yeah.
to it. I'm not looking forward to the husband, the boyfriend, the rich guy.
Is it Amy Schumer?
No,
it's Anna Faris.
Anna Faris, yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I'm not even going to tell you why I don't want to watch the guy, but go ahead.
No,
Who's the guy in it?
I don't know. some
Joey
name.
Bag of Donuts. I don't know. I don't know. He's good
do
in that.
you?
Yeah.
Does any? Overboard's one of those movies that when it's on,
Joey Bag of Donuts going to be dunking in the ocean?
I don't know
giving
if
you a
it's
point
because
for
I was raised by a single mom or whatever, but every time that fucking movie's on, I watch it. That and Fried Green Tomatoes.
Well, Fried Green Tomatoes is a nice lesbian film, so
Yeah.
it's worth
It is a
watching.
lesbian film. We watched it a couple Sundays ago, and I was like, I
Whatever
did not
happened to,
catch the lesbian thing.
Mary
the
Louise
first time.
Parker. Whatever happened to her?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe she died of cancer.
Hey, there.
Oh my god!
Well, one of them died of cancer in the movie.
I think it was her.
There are way too many reboots of every sort, of every kind, and every genre that we couldn't list them all. So if you have some that you like and or want to pan us or say we're morons
wrong
for
about-
not listing the other ones,
What's up, Rerat?
feel free to tweet at PC Bombcast #Reboot-a-Palooza.
But you can't
Just
shit
do
on Buffy
reboots.
because Buffy's great.
Yeah, and so that said, I didn't put it in here. I'm going to put it. This actually fits into our theme if we break it down the right way every time.
Do you
So-
have to write it down for us to talk about it?
No. This is the.
He can only-
this is our new Bender segment. This is Bender Science Corner, and I'm going to come up with a little
Oh,
jingle
yeah,
for it
okay.
here soon.
Bender, the science guy.
I had one that I was going to
Corner.
talk about, but then something else popped up on Twitter and it made me sad, and I wanted to talk about that.
All right,
The
well, bring us
last,
down, Bender.
the last
Yeah.
male white rhino on Earth is 45, and he's caught an infection in his leg, and he's gonna die soon.
Yeah, Rhino can't support himself on 3 legs.
There's nothing they can do for him. They're just trying to make his life healthy, but he's the last male on Earth, so we're gonna run out of white
He's
rhinos.
he's in
We still have-
captivity.
Well, he's on a
Why don't you just
preserve
jerk
in
him off
Africa.
and keep his sperm?
Because I think he's too old.
I think
Have
it's
you
still.
tried jerking off a
I think
Well,
with
just
white
like in
rhinos-
humans, once you get
I thought
past a certain...
I thought they'd be horny.
I also thought that.
Oh.
All right.
I don't think he gets a point because it's the last one and it's in poor taste.
I do think though that it doesn't necessarily just because you use a white rhino means you're going to get a white rhino. It's like the
No, they're a
percentages
different. No, he's not like he's not like an albino rhino.
He's
Like,
not?
There's a white rhino and there's a
Say
black rhino.
albino rhino again. You are the albino rhino.
White rhino is a subspecies.
Oh,
of
it is,
rhino.
okay. All
So,
right.
and he's the last male of that subspecies.
I heard a story the other day about Barbara Streisand trying to clone.
No, she did. Oh, that was my other thing. She
Clone
cloned her
her
dog.
dogs.
No, she did it. She's
Well, yeah.
got 2.
And she's upset because the 2 replicas weren't the exact same. They don't look the same, act the same.
They can genetically
They don't
be the
walk alike or
same,
bark
but you
alike.
still have your own
That
personality.
is so weird that she did that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
There's Science Corner for the night.
hey, I heard a weird fact today while listening to Zane Lamprey's show. Did you know that I think roughly 1 in every 26 Americans lives in New York City? Isn't
No, that makes sense.
Isn't that crazy when you put it that way?
1 out of how many?
1 out of every 26 Americans live
Wow.
in New York City.
Well, I wonder how many live in California then. It's got to be like 1 out of 12.
Wait, you have 26 friends
No,
at least.
in New York City, not California. New York City.
I know.
One city.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but like,
Probably 1 every 5 Americans. Huh?
Yeah, I would say it's probably 1 out of 5. I think California has like
50 million?
Yeah, but you're still adding the entire state.
Yeah, I know what
I'm
you're
doing
saying.
one city.
I know. I still know what you're saying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So everything's built up.
Yeah. You're changing the rules of the game that I just brought.
No, it's still nuts.
He
Yes,
doesn't
you're
like
right.
what
You're
you're
right.
doing, Bender.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you would have said L.A., I would have bought into it, and you'd have been wrong because it's nowhere near as big as New
No,
York
but like
City,
the whole state of California,
It's
is
got
like
a lot of people.
3/4 of the. It's like it's like a third of the country or something like that.
You're a third of the country.
I wish.
How about we go
It'd be a
ahead
better
and jump
country.
to our fifth segment of the day and throw it to Missy?
Oh, aren't you a fan of Rick Ross?
Oh, that's a good one. Way to
I
bring
am
it
a
to the
fan
table.
of Rick Ross on things.
He just said he's a friend.
I think you said, are you a fan of the Red Cross? Like,
So
why wouldn't I be
I
a
read
fan?
an article
There's
today
a lot
that
of
he
things
is
going wrong.
hospitalized on life support.
In his deathbed.
shit.
On his deathbed.
But his family...
Is it like a real? Is it real?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
like-
is.
Because Lil
It's
Wayne
helping-
died like a couple years ago.
No,
but
it's
didn't.
helping his heart and help him breathe, but his family is denying it wholeheartedly.
They say it's
Which I don't
pneumonia brought
understand,
on
yeah.
by a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
He was like a bail bondsman or something.
And then he lost weight, right? Didn't he lose some weight? Or is he still...
Yeah, he's lost weight. I mean, he's
Rick
still
Rossi.
big, but he's. I mean, like I'm not up on the hip hop.
You just like going
thing.
Rick Ross.
Rick
I
Roll.
just think he sounds cool when he comes on to things.
He
So,
sounds...
I
But
just-
not so cool when
I
it
didn't
comes
know
on
if
to
you had
women.
heard that because I knew you were.
Yeah,
a
now
fan.
when he comes on to women.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Wait a minute, I'll give you a point because my instant reaction went even further into the gutter when you said, "Does it sound cool when he comes on
Didn't
winning?"
Yeah, I think he got.
I went the
so-
way off the
Yeah,
edge.
yeah. I kind of got in the middle of the pool. There.
Hey, if you, no matter what, by the old rules of the drinking game, Missy brought some. Well, no, it would be by the new ones. Missy brought something to the table, so
yeah.
chug your drink.
Chug it up. Chug
You
it
got
up.
anything
chug it up.
else there,
do not.
wife of mine? Bender, what do you have for the?
I saw Black Panther.
We're gonna go see it Sunday.
Yep.
Ooh.
As a fan,
Damn.
How did you like it?
what
I loved it. I thought it was great.
What did you say?
What do you have it ranked?
Because I wanted to talk about
No,
it,
don't
but since I
spoil
can't talk
anything,
about
yeah.
it, because you're gonna
you
go
can
see
tell
many
me,
out of
I'll
a six
forget by
pack?
then.
I would say it's 5 out of 6.
How many is it? Marvel's best movie?
No, it's Marvel's. It's
Best movie about black people.
I was gonna say the best black movie.
no. It's
I'm giving
tough
myself
to
a
break
point since
Marvel
someone
down.
sponged my joke.
I would put it in line with
sponge, I had it
Captain
too.
America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War, and like the seriousness,
Good,
like
yeah,
where
good.
Thor Ragnarok and the Guardians of the Galaxies are more goofy.
Yep.
And it's a solid movie with a very good story.
So you're saying top 5?
Yeah, I would give
seven?
it top 5.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later after you see it.
All right. What else you got?
That's it.
We'll save the Marvel talk because let's do in a few weeks. Let's do this.
Yeah, I didn't
comic
think you were going to
episode,
go
and we
see
can
it.
do
I
that.
thought I was going to be able to give it a
Oh, when
little
the
blah, blah,
cosplay
blah.
guy comes.
Go see Black Panther.
I didn't think you were going to go. You didn't sound too excited.
What? When have I not watched a Marvel movie?
I don't know. You're just like, I'll see it eventually. I didn't know if
No,
that
we're-
meant you were going to see it like this week or blah, blah, blah.
So the guy that's
was good,
coming
though.
on in a couple weeks, the cosplay guy,
Yep.
has a whole bunch of tattoos on his arm from all the
Wakanda stuff?
Characters.
no, just symbols. Like he's got
Wakanda
the TARDIS.
symbols?
Oh, he's got
Oh.
geek cred.
Yeah,
There you go.
He's got all of his geek cred stamped
Remember
right
that
there on
time-
his arm.
he's super muscular too. So
Remember that time we went to that zombie run and that dude was in front of us and
The
he
Magic the Gathering.
He had Magic the Gathering tattoos, and
Yeah,
I was
this-
like, "Those are weird tattoos," and
And now
you
you want
fucking
'em.
knew what they were. And I
I
was
used to
like,
sell them.
yeah, and this like they get into this 20-minute conversation. I'm like, and that's where my
Because
geek cred steps
he
out.
he was a ridiculously in shape Magic the Gathering fan.
Yeah, and he started
said-
talking to us about how he used to be like real heavy set.
Thank
he
you,
got into, like-
P90X. He said.
yeah, he got,
Wow.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Thomas, what do you have?
So, what's Tommy watching on old television? Netflix.
Blues?
Been watching. They suck. We'll get to that in a second. Been watching Everything Sucks on Netflix.
Haven't started it yet.
I
I've
watched the
been
first
wanting
2
to watch it,
episodes.
Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in.
Okay.
It's okay so far.
So let me ask your opinion.
Yep.
Is it good to you, or is it like a cheap nostalgia bomb?
Right now, I'd give it 3 out of 6.
Okay, because I feel like the music that they're playing
It's fantastic.
is fantastic, but I think they're really relying on that music. I think the plot's gonna get better.
It slaps you in the face that it's, hey, guess what? We're in the 90s.
Well,
yeah,
here's
yeah,
what-
like they
here's-
really beat you with that.
Here's
stick.
what I was worried about with it. There's a precedence for these throwback TV
Yeah,
shows,
yeah.
and Judd Apatow did them.
Uh-huh.
And it was what was it? It was God, what was the name of his first show? Oh, Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, great
and
show.
that was a masterpiece.
Yes.
And even Undeclared was a damn good show.
I can't. I don't think you're going to put these on the same level though, because this is younger kids.
No, Freaks and Geeks was younger kids.
These are like middle schoolers.
Well, not necessarily, because they also have the drama kids who are
High
little bit
schoolers,
older.
yeah.
I wonder if Kaylin would like the show, even
So-
though it's
I think
in a
she would.
different-
But that's the instant comparison you're going to get,
Yeah.
and that's a tough shadow to stay in.
I will say the most unique thing they've done so far in the show, besides all the '90s porn, is the principal is the most sympathetic character right now.
Yeah, and I think
I like that.
He's the Mr. Belding because it's 90s.
But he's not like
No.
Mr. Building's- This guy is like they humanize him very well.
Yeah, he's sad nerd dad, and I think
Yeah, sad nerd dad is the way to put it.
the
oh,
other
I
thing,
remember the trailer for it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The other thing is the main character, the boy whose mom's a flight attendant.
Yeah.
That I thought they did pretty well, and that might just be me, but I had a
So
buddy.
did you watch it?
I watched the first two
Okay,
episodes.
Okay.
But so he comes. This kid, his mom's a single mom, and she's a flight attendant, and he's basically raised. He's a very mature young man, and that I had a buddy growing up whose mom was a flight attendant, and he was like on his own 3-4 days a week by himself in like fifth grade. And I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
it just blew my mind, and I'm like, I guess people really do that.
Yeah.
And it kind of captured that, and I was like, oh, that threw me back a little bit too, so it made me a little more interested in it.
Well, we should catch up.
Yeah,
At least episode 3.
You guys watched End of the Fucking World, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that real quick?
I didn't watch. Is it worth watching? I haven't
I
pulled the
enjoyed
trigger
it.
on it. Rachel will not watch it. It'll be one on my own.
I don't know
if
what
watch it.
I don't know if there's a season 2 based on how it ended,
Honestly, in the golden age of television, I'm going to say no, it's not worth watching.
but I enjoyed it. It just wasn't.
I had a hard time understanding what they were saying most of the
She
time.
just doesn't dig.
The good thing is you can knock it out in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
that.
'cause they're
If
only
that.
20-minute episodes.
Well, not even the last episode's 16 minutes long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculously short.
I enjoyed it. I just.
I didn't
My
expect
knock-
it to end the way it
Yeah,
did.
my knock is I
Did they
didn't
shoot up something?
I didn't enjoy where it took me overall, but there were some good solid parts of it. So
I
I think my
that-
problem was that I enjoyed it. I will not remember a damn thing about it 5 years from now.
Yeah, then I'm not going to
they
watch
could have
it.
fleshed it out a little better.
Yeah,
some
in
of
the
the,
golden age
think-
of television, I'd say pass.
I think the beginning of the series was good.
first episode was very solid.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't know. It was like, what are we going to do with this? Let's go here. Let's go here. It
Yeah,
was-
I
that was
agree.
weird. Yeah.
You
Did you guys
what-
start watching Altered Carbon yet?
Not yet. I was
No.
going to watch it on my bus ride up to Wisconsin, but I just didn't get around
I
to
haven't
it.
finished it yet, but it's very good.
Besides that, right now I'm on my own. I'm watching Parks and Rec.
Oh, you never watched it?
No,
Oh, it's
great.
good. That's
I'm enjoying
solid.
it. I had
That's
started
solid.
season 3, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
We recently on a lazy Sunday had just the final season of
The Office.
The Office was
last weekend.
right,
yeah.
rerunning on
See,
Comedy
I never
Central.
really,
Never finished
never
it.
really dug The Office.
The Office is I loved overall. It was great. It got a little weak.
Let me ask you
after-
this: I bailed on The Office after Pam and Jim got married. Is it worth going back and watching?
That's kind of where the drop off is. The last season is worth watching.
Okay.
Because, especially the last 6 episodes.
Okay.
They're real solid. Yeah,
Okay.
real solid. The last one is real fun. There's even like a kind of a teary-eyed moment in it. So the problem with after Jim and Pam got married, that Jim and Pam marriage episode was a perfect episode.
No.
I mean that
To
just
end the show on?
no, just you. It's hard to beat a wedding episode in
never
any
gonna
show.
beat a
So well.
You know how to beat you know how to do a wedding episode
Naked,
terribly?
2 chicks.
Terribly would be How I Met Your Mother. That whole last season was the worst season ever.
Complete the polar opposite of that. Yeah, but so
We
anyway,
could do
it's
a
worth,
whole episode on that fucking
yeah,
show.
it's worth.
That was a great show.
It's
until
worth
the
watching
till
them
the
last
end.
4 just to watch them.
Yep.
So we're not really
By the way,
watching.
that show jumped the shark. we all know what the term "jump the shark" is, right?
Yeah.
He did it to you.
Sorry,
It's all right.
sorry, Lions member.
That's okay.
That show jumped the shark when Stella left him at the altar.
Yep.
Yeah. What were you about to say?
I don't think we're really watching anything. Just the normal
Just the
stuff.
normal stuff.
But Kaylin is watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
And she digs it.
She loves it.
We
Speaking
watched
of
the
Office
first
alumni.
season and a half.
That's about what we did too.
It was okay. I didn't dislike it. It just didn't. It
She
fell off my
loves it.
radar.
Here's my thing.
I get it.
Here's the thing with that show and anything Tina Fey does. Tina Fey is funny. All her jokes are the same. They're
Yeah.
like, she's the Family Guy of sitcoms.
You very, very, very much see the formula behind hers.
Yep.
I mean,
See,
it's-
and I think that she
I'm not gonna
does,
get into 30 Rock.
and I don't mind it when she's doing it.
Yeah, sometimes though, even for her, it's got to be. She's got to have. It needs to be the right vehicle for her because she's had some stinkers here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched. I do like that girl who plays Kimmy Schmidt though. She's
St.
very.
Louis's own.
St. Louis's
Ellie
own.
Yeah,
Kemper.
she's
From
very.
St. Louis.
Yep. The many St. Louisans in The Office.
Yeah. We were talking about shows that I never finished, or we never finished, or like going to the end. I never saw the last episode of Friends. Ever.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a two-parter for starters.
I've never. That's one thing that kind of bothers me is I've never finished Friends.
That's another
And you're
show.
a completist. So,
I am.
no.
I'm gonna go back and watch those.
I mean, arguably the biggest sitcom in history, and
at least American. It recently
What's
got
the,
released in
no, I
France.
mean, it did world
in
history.
France or
How much
something.
money it made. It got banned, but that just made it more popular.
No. It recently got picked up or syndicated in Netflix Europe, Britain or whatever, and people are in love with it.
Yeah,
They're
it was awesome.
That is
Yeah.
my all-time favorite show, and we watch it every night to go to bed. But when that last episode comes on, it makes me sad every
I mean,
time.
the
I'm like,
Mount
oh,
Rushmore
why
of
does it end?
sitcoms.
Seinfeld, Friends.
I have a lot to say about Friends.
Seinfeld, Friends, Cheers,
Simpsons.
and you might put
You have
Simpsons
to put
up there.
Simpsons up there.
Yeah, you might
As
put
far as what?
sitcoms.
Of what?
Mount Rushmore sitcoms.
I wouldn't have Friends on there.
You wouldn't have Friends? I think you'd
He's
be
a
wrong.
hater.
I think
Would
I
you
think you'd
have bosom buddies?
No.
What would you have
That-
up there?
It would be Seinfeld, Simpsons for sure. That's not a question. Cheers.
Yeah.
And probably Arrested Development.
See,
I don't think you can count Arrested
It
Development.
can't.
Well,
it
you can. It
doesn't-
was on Fox.
Yeah, but it does not compare to
Here's the thing
Friends.
about Arrested Development, though. It set the tone for shows like The Office and Parks and Rec on how they film shows.
Yeah,
True.
but
The single camera thing.
It
Yep.
just averaged a fraction, not even
But
worth
it's cold-
talking about what Friends does. Friends
But
to
its
this
cold
day,
following though is still higher.
No, it's not. Friends is the most watched show on Nickelodeon.
Well, I mean,
they
you can't go by most watched show because then we might as well put fucking Big Bang Theory in.
Or MASH
Mount
on
Rushmore.
there.
Well,
Now, MASH could be in there.
I see, but MASH is more of a drama to me than just straight sitcom.
Probably.
That's a tough one. No, but you're right. You shouldn't go by just straight, but you can also go by critic reviews, fan reaction, and
What
Friends had
writers,
it.
what
First
writers from
off-
Friends went off to do something?
It doesn't matter what they all went off to do. What coaches
think it matters.
What coaches have left Belichick's
is
staff and
fun.
done something.
Well, look at Cheers. Cheers went off and had Frasier, which had a nice decade run.
I did have a good run, and Frasier was a good one too. But I
Rest in
think
peace, Frasier's
I
dad.
don't think that if you don't have a spin-off, that doesn't make your
Yeah.
series successful.
I think you have to look what
I
that show
agree.
did,
Or a
and it was
remake, or
it and Cheers are almost inarguably the two biggest sitcoms of all time.
I agree with Tom on the fact that Arrested Development changed the way that the next couple generations of iconic shows were filmed.
Yeah, because it showed you how to do a show cheaper.
I
And-
agree with you on the fact that Friends is iconic. It is. But I do think that if you were going to go critical acclaim, not mass acclaim, I agree with him.
I bet if you look the ratings up, critical acclaim for Friends is pretty high up there.
I don't know. I agree with him on that. I think
Yeah.
I think
Well, no,
grounds for
you're
precedence.
agreeing what he said, and I love Arrested
Yeah, yeah.
Development.
Yeah.
But you can't say I agree with him on the
But
critical acclaim
Friends
because
is-
that's the critic.
Friends is
Yeah.
a Big Bang Theory to me.
Yeah,
which will
See,
also
No,
go
no, I
down
agree
in
with you.
history as a number
It's a
one
fine show. It's funny. It is iconic, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it is.
For me, the
People
whole-
aren't inspired. Like comedy writers now aren't inspired. That's why I'm looking at. What are comedy writers inspired by? What is?
And I think
What-
The
what-
Simpsons are a benchmark that people strive for. Maybe not now,
well,
but
you also have to look too that people can't do a Friends anymore because networks aren't giving you that much money to do that much stuff, and you're not getting that many viewers.
Oh, I disagree. I think. I
think
you
it
know what? Now
could
you're
get
you're
there.
talking me into Friends a little bit because
Big Bang
How many
is
shows
closest
tried
to
to
it.
capture what Friends was?
a ton.
a
of
ton
ton.
of them.
Yeah.
Big Bang is one
But-
of them.
Yeah,
the
Big Bang, you
closest
could
one.
say,
Yeah, I would say Big Bang is the closest one now, and the one that followed
Well,
before
no,
that.
but Big Bang is still doesn't get the viewers it did. Friends did, and Big Bang it dominates the viewership.
But at the same time, Friends
but different.
was.
But different.
It's
eras.
different though. They would. I mean,
Right?
they,
No, I
on
know.
demand
That's what
was
I mean.
not there.
That's
you know.
why I know that, but that's why I'm saying that's why Arrested Development is more influential now, especially now because it showed you how you can on a budget make a great show with a great cast.
And to be honest with you, I know what you're saying.
But there's not going to do that anymore either. But I mean, that's going to be tough to do too. Look, Happy Endings was kind of in that vein.
Happy Endings is great.
Did not last.
Happy Endings
I loved
Happy
great
Didn't
show.
last. Again, it's
so weird.
That captured the Friends essence
Yeah.
from Friends.
yeah. All right, we're gonna have to wrap up.
We just keep going. That's what happens when we don't do like an actual episode for a while.
This isn't it? Yeah, that's true. But here's what I had on my
Also,
throw it to
suck.
Missy. I figured you'd say it before you would give the goodbye. I've been saying it wrong. Conway's book, which I ordered today,
I gotta order it.
is Waking the Weaver, a Timberhaven novel.
Problem is that I hate reading.
We're going to. We're going to. This is something I haven't told Missy about too. March 24th. There's nothing on our calendar.
Yes, there is.
What is it?
Sorry.
There's an Easter egg hunt.
No, we got
We have a
concert.
concert.
It wasn't on the calendar when I looked.
It most certainly is.
We have an
Wasn't
Easter
on-
egg
I
hunt.
looked. I didn't see it.
You guys want to go?
No.
No, we're going to go to a concert.
You want to go to an Easter egg
We're
hunt?
going to
When?
Judah and Line.
March
So I'll-
24th.
But
Maybe.
well, before Missy's face ruined it instead of the way she said it, we'll reschedule it. But we're going to. Conway's
I think
going to
your
come
face
in.
looks fine.
He's going to come
I
in
did
town.
look mean.
Yeah, she's done this to me today. Conway's coming in town from a Friday to a Sunday, Friday night. And we're going to record 2 episodes. We're going to do a regular episode with him about his book and all the process that went into that and how long it took him. And then we're going to do a drunk quest with him because he's a big board game guy. So I'll call him and reschedule that or text him, and that's all I got. We've talked a long time today, so let's
Let's
look at the scores. It was I came in
Tom
last
wins.
place at 2. Bender and Missy both tied at 3, and Tom racked up 5 points. Outside of a quiz, that's the most points we've given out in one episode.
Tom was on fire today for
Yeah,
being
he's-
sicky
For-
McGee.
yeah, for being hurt.
Yeah, for
I had lots of hot takes.
bringing his B game. Boy, he does. That's just what he does.
Yeah.
He just
That
and
Dave Matthews Band
He's a-
hot take got a lot of people.
Oh man, I loved it.
yeah.
Loved it. I hate Dave
Yeah,
Matthews
you just
Band.
like I said, you shit on 5 things in that Dave Matthews thing, 5 or 6 things. Let's get out of here.
Let's go blue.
You almost didn't know what to do there.
I don't know what. Like I feel like we forgot who goes first.
No, it's
Yeah.
always
Hold on to
that
your
way.
butts. I know, but I feel like we
bye.
forgot for a minute.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we
like a
did
visual
not.
cue from you.
I looked right at you. then.
me first, though.
No, I did not.
Guys, who's on first right now? Come on.
Say it.
Pull it together. I already did. Bye.
Okay, we're gonna play the music. We're done. Yeah, no, I looked right at Tyler.